Have you ever paused to ask, why do so many people struggle to thrive beyond the age of 80? Reaching that age is a remarkable achievement. But staying healthy and sharp afterward requires more than luck. It requires insight. As we grow older, there are certain forces quietly working beneath the surface, gradually wearing down the body and the spirit. They don't make headlines. They don't come with warnings. And yet, they impact everything from your energy and memory to your strength and sense of purpose. Most people never recognize these invisible threats until the damage has already taken hold. And by then, it can feel like aging is something that just happens to you. But what if the truth is more hopeful than that? In today's video, we're going to reveal 4 deeply underestimated reasons why many people find it hard to stay strong after 80. These aren't guesses. They're supported by decades of medical evidence and real-life experience with seniors who've walked this path. And if you stay with us to the very end, you'll discover a 4th reason that may surprise you. It might just be the most important one of all. Let's begin this journey together. Reason 1. Silent inflammation that accelerates aging. One of the most underestimated threats to your health after 80 doesn't come from injury or infection. It comes from within, quiet, invisible, and often ignored. Doctors have a name for it: inflammaging. This term refers to low-level, chronic inflammation that gradually spreads throughout the body over time. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't cause sharp pain or swelling like a twisted ankle. Instead, it quietly wears down your organs, weakens your immune system, fogs your brain, and slowly chips away at your resilience. What causes it? Not one thing, but a lifetime of small stresses, years of eating overly processed foods, nights of poor sleep, emotional tension that was never addressed, not moving enough, and exposure to pollution or chemicals. It's a slow build, a fire that smolders rather than flares. Now imagine someone like Harold. He's 83, doesn't smoke, rarely drinks, takes a walk every day, yet he's been feeling unusually tired. His joints ache more than they used to, and his mind feels foggy in the mornings. Blood tests show nothing alarming, but beneath the surface, inflammatory markers are rising just enough to interfere with how his body recovers and functions. This is the danger of silent inflammation. It's easy to miss, but it affects everything. The older we get, the less equipped our bodies become at putting out that internal flame. Things you could get away with in your 60s: snacking late at night, skipping stretches, staying up too late, start leaving a heavier mark after 80. The real concern is what this constant low-level inflammation leads to: increased risk of dementia, heart disease, weakened bones, and a general decline in vitality, not because of one big disease, but because of a system that's been gradually worn down. But here's the hope. You can calm this internal storm with simple, consistent actions. Start by eating more real, whole foods, vegetables, fruits, healthy fats. Move your body gently each day, even just a walk around the block. Prioritize quality sleep. Reduce stress in small ways, and stay hydrated. It may not sound revolutionary, and it won't change everything overnight, but each small step lowers the internal flame just enough for your body to breathe, recover, and rebuild. Because after 80, health isn't about perfection. It's about protecting the strength you still have and giving your body the quiet support it's been needing all along. Reason 2. Muscle loss that leads to weakness and falls. Muscle loss is one of aging's most silent and most underestimated threats. After 60, your body gradually begins to lose muscle mass, even if you're active. And after 80, this natural decline speeds up, often catching people off guard. Doctors call it sarcopenia, but most people just feel it as getting weaker without understanding why. The signs often begin quietly. You don't wake up one day unable to walk. Instead, you start skipping the stairs, You notice that standing from a low chair takes more effort. You open a jar and realize your grip isn't what it used to be. These small shifts are your body's early whispers, signs that your muscles are fading before you even realize it. But muscle is about far more than strength. It's about balance, stability. It protects your joints, helps regulate your blood sugar, and supports your metabolism. When muscle disappears, your risk of falling increases, and with it, your risk of losing your independence. Let me tell you about Thomas. Aga 85. He's cheerful, sharp, and has lived independently for years. But one afternoon, he tripped on a rug and fell hard. The fracture was bad, but what hurt more was the realization his body hadn't kept up with his mind. He'd assumed he was steady until the fall told him otherwise. That moment changed everything. Weeks in bed followed, which only made him weaker. What once was freedom turned into hesitation. That's the dangerous cycle of muscle loss. One fall can trigger weeks of inactivity, and those weeks lead to even more muscle breakdown. Soon comes the walker. The loss of daily routines, the shrinking of a once full and vibrant life. And the hardest part, many people don't even realize it's happening until they've lost more than just strength. They've lost their confidence. But here's what gives us hope. Muscle loss isn't permanent. It's not inevitable, and it's not too late to fight back. You don't need to lift heavy weights or go to a gym. Start simple. A daily walk around your house or garden. Use light resistance water bottles, soup cans, or stretchy bands. Sit to stand exercises from a chair, gentle stretching, and most importantly, nourish your muscles with enough protein in your meals. These are not dramatic changes, but when done consistently, they become your shield, protecting your body, preserving your independence, and allowing you to keep doing what matters most, whether that's making your morning coffee, tending to your plants, or walking to greet a friend. Because after 80, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what you love safely and confidently for as long as you can. If you're still here and this message about muscle loss has spoken to you, drop a number 2 in the comments below. It's a simple way to say, I'm still in this fight. I still care about my strength, my freedom, and my life. You never know who might scroll past and feel less alone just because they see your comment. So let's lift each other up, number 2 at a time. Reason 3, poor sleep. It weakens the body and mind. Sleep is one of the most powerful forms of healing the body has, but as we age, that natural healing tool often becomes fragile. After 80, many older adults find that sleep doesn't come as easily or doesn't feel as restorative. They may fall asleep just fine, but wake up several times a night or rise in the morning, still feeling tired. At first, the effects seem mild, a little more fatigue during the day, forgetting names or appointments more often, feeling more easily frustrated or overwhelmed. But underneath those symptoms, something deeper is happening. During sleep, your brain clears out toxins, your immune system recharge, your muscles repair, your emotions settle. When sleep is shallow or broken, these vital processes are interrupted and your body starts to fall behind. Take Margaret, Aga, 86. She used to laugh off her habit of waking up 3 or 4 times a night, calling it just something that happens when you get old. But gradually, she began noticing changes. Her memory wasn't as sharp, her stamina was lower, and she seemed to catch every cold going around. It wasn't until her doctor asked about her sleep that she connected the dots. With a few changes to her routine, her nights improved and so did her days. The truth is, poor sleep isn't just inconvenient, it weakens both mind and body. It clouds judgment, slows reflexes, and lowers your ability to fight off illness. And yet, so many older adults have been taught to simply accept it as if it's an unavoidable part of aging. But it doesn't have to be. There are simple, proven steps that can make a real difference. Start by keeping a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. Avoid caffeine and alcohol late in the day. Let sunlight into your room each morning to help reset your internal clock. Make your bedroom a sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. Even light physical activity during the day like stretching, walking, or gardening can help you sleep more deeply at night. Improving sleep isn't about adding hours, it's about adding depth. 10 hours of tossing and turning won't restore you the way 6 or 7 hours of deep, uninterrupted rest can. And after 80, sleep becomes more than just a nightly habit. It becomes a foundation for everything else: your memory, your balance, your mood, your immune strength, your ability to enjoy the life you've built. So if you've been brushing off poor sleep as just part of getting old, maybe it's time to see it differently. Maybe it's time to protect your sleep like you would protect your heart or your bones. Because in many ways, it is just as vital. Reason for loneliness and the loss of daily purpose. There's a silent struggle many people face after 80, one that doesn't show up in blood tests or scans. It's not a virus or a diagnosis. It's loneliness. This kind of loneliness doesn't just touch the heart, it reaches into the body. Research has shown that social isolation and the absence of daily purpose can shorten life expectancy more than some chronic illnesses. It's a slow erosion, not always visible from the outside, but deeply felt on the inside. As the years go by, the world of many older adults gradually narrows. Friends pass away. Children build lives far from home. Physical challenges make it harder to leave the house. Without realizing it, many seniors begin spending more and more time alone, not just physically, but emotionally. Think of someone like Harold, 88. His wife passed several years ago. His children live in other states. He keeps his home neat, watches television, prepares his meals, but some days, he doesn't hear another voice. What he misses isn't conversation, it's connection. Not noise, but meaning. What he truly longs for is to feel needed again. To feel that someone notices when he's here and when he's not. The human spirit is wired for connection. And after 80, when roles fade, no more job to go to, no grandchildren to care for, no neighbors knocking at the door, what's often lost is not just social interaction, but identity. That quiet ache of why get up today can begin to settle in, and it doesn't stay in the mind. Loneliness affects the immune system. It shifts brain chemistry. It slowly steals motivation to stay active, to reach out, to engage. It becomes a cycle. The more invisible someone feels, the more their body retreats. But purpose doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't need applause or an audience. It can live in the smallest routines: watering a plant, writing a note, calling one friend every morning, feeding birds at the window, offering to help a neighbor carry groceries. These aren't tasks, they are threads that reconnect a person to the world. Solitude, when chosen, can be peaceful. But loneliness, when it feels like no one would notice if you disappeared, is a wound. It tells the body it no longer matters. And over time, the body listens. So if you're in your 80s or you love someone who has asked this, what gives you a sense of purpose today, and how can you protect that as fiercely as you would protect your health? Because purpose, in these later years, may just be the most powerful form of medicine we have. If you're still with us, and this message about loneliness and purpose touched something in you, please type number 4 in the comments below. That single number can be a quiet act of courage. It says, I still want to be seen. I still believe I matter. I still have something to give. And if someone else, perhaps feeling alone today, scrolls down and sees your comment, they may feel a little less invisible. So let's show up for each other, one number 4 at a time. Before we go, I invite you to pause, not in fear, But with clarity and honesty, reaching your 80s is an incredible gift. But staying well beyond it takes more than good luck. It requires understanding what quietly undermines your health when no one's watching. It's not just the dramatic moments that change us, it's the slow, silent wear and tear from inflammation, fading muscle, restless nights, and the aching feeling of being emotionally alone. By the time these forces show their full effects, they've already been whispering for years. But the power of knowing is that it gives you a chance to interrupt the pattern before it goes too far. This video wasn't meant to worry you. It was meant to empower you, because even now, no matter your age, you can still make small, steady changes. Changes in what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, and most of all, how you stay connected to others and to yourself. So I ask you, what stayed with you today? Was it the idea that inflammation doesn't always hurt, but it steals energy slowly? Was it the reminder that muscle protects your freedom? Or perhaps the realization that restful sleep and human connection are true medicine in disguise? Whatever it was, let it move you. Don't just watch, decide. Decide that your body still deserves care, that your story isn't finished, that there's more life to be lived with strength, dignity, and purpose. Because aging doesn't mean fading away. It means focusing in on what matters, on who you are, on what you still want to give. You've earned this chapter. You've earned the wisdom and the right to live it well. Thank you for being with us today. If something in this video spoke to you, please share one thing you're taking with you in the comments below. We read every response, and your words might be exactly what someone else needs to feel a little less alone. And if you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more healing, more clarity, and more strength to this journey we're all walking together.